Alright, good afternoon. My name is Thomas Porter, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the ethics in communications for healthcare research institutions. So we're going to cover privacy principles, security, and various industries. We're going to look at ethical concerns in healthcare research, things like that. So we're going to go ahead and start with our first topic of clear communication, which is vital in this industry. So we have to remember a few privacy rules. One of which is consent. So you always need to ask before sharing sensitive information with others. This would include emails, phone calls, meetings, really any kind of information where there's data exchange between the two parties. We're also going to look at limited access as another big one. So you need to only be sharing private data with those who are in need of it, not everyone. It's a need-to-know basis kind of deal. Encryption as well is a huge deal. Making sure the digital messages are really secure from any unauthorized access. And then on top of that, data retention. So keeping data only as long as we need it, and then disposing of it safely when you're in no longer need of that information. So next we're going to talk about sensitive data, and it's being very important to protect. So a couple industries with high security needs, we're going to go over those as some examples. So healthcare obviously being a pretty big one. We deal with private medical information a lot. So following regulations like HIPAA to keep it safe is a top priority. Finance is another great one. The finance sector handles sensitive financial data all the time. So they prioritize data security. They prevent fraud, all sorts of things on that level. As well as biotechnology. The biotechnology has a lot of really valuable research, so security is really crucial to protect those discoveries. Next down here we have the research as communication. The research has a lot of ethical concerns when you're keeping in mind the communications between multiple parties. So informed consent is another big target on that. It's similar to what we were talking about before of traditional consent, but informed consent is making sure that you're always getting permission from the participants to respect their rights, and they always know what they're getting into. It's pretty laid out and detailed for them in that matter. Another thing is privacy and confidentiality, so protecting any patient privacy needs, keep medical information confidential during any kinds of research, stuff like that. And on top of that would be data sharing, so collaborating responsibly with any other researchers while also protecting the data privacy. So on top of all this, good communication is really key, and that we need to watch out for ways to make it effective, clear, concise, especially in delivering it in a written format as well. So one big thing there to look for is clarity. You need to keep it clear, understand without using complicated language, using a professional tone, being respectful, and all kinds of formal communication. Also having a proper format, sticking to one format, formal documents, research proposals. You need to stick with a similar format across the board. And then obviously just review, checking for errors, grammatically, everything's grammatically correct. Just going over everything twice before sending anything out. And that's how I would really make sure that any written documents are being concisely and effectively communicated. Thank you guys for listening, and I appreciate your time.